Good afternoon. Happy Sunday to you, and welcome to Omnibros Live, where I wipe my nose live on air. Excuse me. I'm Omnidog, joined as always by my fabulous co-host Gabe. Loves 90s comics. How's it going, buddy?
What's up, everybody? Doing good, Jess. Doing good. Happy Halloween.
After Halloween.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tell you before I give our sponsor plug that comic book I sold, I went to the comic show to give him the comic book. Mm-hmm. He gave me a stack of cash for the comic book, and I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Nobody takes cash anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he gave me this huge wad of bills. I'm like, I can't use cash. That
was it in a big bag with a money sign on it?
Yeah, like with a money sign on it. And I'm like, dude, what? It was a bunch of $100 bills. I'm like, this isn't Vegas. I mean, I could spend a $100 bill in Las Vegas, but what am I going to use a $100 bill for? Anything in suburban America? Yeah. So I had him PayPal me the money instead. It was funny.
You're like, I gotta go to the bank now, like make a deposit.
Yeah, that was an extra step. So I was like, forget it. I can't use $100 bills. Because I mean, it's hard enough when the ATM gives you $50 bills. Where am I supposed to? All I ever go is like 7-Eleven and the doctor. So I don't need any cash.
And none of them really take cash. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, Jess, if there were people who had a stack of cash they wanted to get rid of, where can they do that?
And if they wanted to spend that cash on books, you can do it through credit. I don't think they take cash, but they take credit card and PayPal, and that's InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2%. At the end of every month, we give away a $50 gift card from IST for use at IST, and that's available to anybody around the world. And we just gave it away last Monday to a guy named Jake, I think. And so he got his $50 gift card courtesy of InStockTrades.com. And if you spend $50 or more on books at IST, you get free shipping, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Our favorite place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man.
All right. And Gary Sandberg says it's the best part of the week. Right on.
Good old Gary, man.
What
up, Gary? What up to everybody in the chat? We got a good set of people here already on a Sunday who want to be spoiled on TMNT Last Ronin and Three Jokers.
Yeah, this is the spoiler show. I haven't read either of these, and I said to Gabe, go ahead and spoil it. I'm okay.
Minnesota Vance. Hey, buddy.
Good morning, Gus. Is this the Berserk show?
That's what I was going for, Jess. Yes, sir.
Oh, I beat you to it.
Yeah, you beat me too. We were in the same thought process.
Thank you. This is an Animal Crossing cap that I just got. Yeah, it was Halloween last night on Animal Crossing. It was fun.
Yeah, were people dressed up in their game or something?
Yeah, and then this character Jack showed up, Pumpkinhead Jack, and you had candy, and you gave candy out to everybody, and they gave you candy, but you had to get special candy for Jack, and he would give you things, and you got new reactions, like you could act scary. And I know that there was probably a big reward if you gave Jack enough lollipops, but I didn't have it in me to play the game for another half hour, and I was running out of candy anyway.
You weren't doing it?
What's that?
You weren't doing it?
I don't know what the big prize was. I'll have to ask my daughter. But I was just like, I'm out of candy. I can't deal with this. So this is it. Oh, we haven't seen Nick Munoz in a long time. What's up, nerd?
Whoa, what up, Nick? Let me see. I was doing other things. Good old Nick on a Sunday.
Nick Munoz in a long time. Nerd.
Whoa. Oh, coincidentally, I just read 3 Jokers and Last Ronin yesterday. This is good timing. Yes, sir. You won't get spoiled, so we can have a talk a little bit about some recent books, some big books that popped out of nowhere. Like, we'll talk about that. We're going to do a little bit more housekeeping real quick.
We're going to do Shelfies 2 today.
We'll do some Shelfies today.
Okay.
Should we do Shelfies first and then spoilers?
It's up to you.
You're
running the board. It doesn't matter to me. I always like seeing Shelfies.
We love seeing Shelfies. All right. Oh, real quick. Let's since I'm running the board, let's do this real quick. Tomorrow, our Monday show. We got a special little show happening tomorrow with a special guest. Tomorrow is going to be the meeting of the 2 most significant collected edition shows. Tomorrow, it's a mashup between us here at Omnibros Live, and we're going to get Curtis from the Epic Marvel Podcast on here tomorrow for hauls, reads, previews, and talk a little bit about Epic Collections, his awesome, amazing podcast. Like, he's got my favorite podcast, comic book podcast out there right now is Epic Marvel Podcast, next to Rob Liefeld. Sorry, Rob's going to take it. But if there's 1A, 1B, Epic Marvel Podcast is fantastic.
And you listen to a lot of podcasts, don't you?
Not a whole lot, especially not comic book related podcasts. I used to, but I kind of chiseled it down.
Oh, did you?
To Curtis's Epic Marvel Podcast and Rob Liefeld's comic book podcast. That's really all I listen to comic book wise. But yeah, he's got a great show. He gets great interviews. He does a phenomenal job reviewing epics. He goes like page by page. He has great other readers on the show with him as his guest when they do these read-throughs. So we're going to be having him on the show tomorrow to do hauls, reads, previews. There's an Epic collection in previews tomorrow. It's the Venom Epic collection. It's only just one Epic, but we'll get Curtis on and get him used to the show. We get him back on when there's more Epics to talk about too. So, but Curtis is awesome, dude.
Yeah,
he's good people. So that's tomorrow's show, guys. So don't miss out. Don't miss out on having checking out Curtis. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, Curtis. Everybody loves Curtis.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Streakazil says, I ordered my first Epic collection. I swear I have no plans to get any more. Seriously, please hold me to that. I'm weak. Tomorrow's the best show for you to check out then tomorrow, because we'll be talking a lot about Epic collections. Maybe not a lot, but there's going to be some Epic collection talk. And you need to check out Epic Marvel Podcast. It's on all your podcast devices, all your little streams. He just started a YouTube channel. So.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Good for him.
NFL, dude, Shelfies first so people can bounce before spoilers.
Okay.
We could do that. That was kind of what I was thinking.
Okay.
Menial says, I want to see that shelf. How was everybody's Halloween? You talked about your Halloween already, right, Jess?
Yeah, I spent it playing Animal Crossing.
I told you in the green room, but we did a drive-through trick or treat or drive-through trunk or treat, which is where people are in a parking lot and they hand candy out from the trunk of their cars. So it was very kind of COVID safe. We just kind of drove through this parking lot, and each people in the car would come up to our car, and like our windows were down. They just threw candy through the window at my kids. Yeah. So that was fun. Other than that, like Halloween, like, it was more or less kind of quiet. Like, nobody came to my door last night. I barely saw any trick-or-treaters. There was barely any decorations in my neighborhood. Halloween was just not it this year. Not it this year.
No, not this year. What I don't even know, Sergio, what's coming out this month. I won't know. I should do my vid on what to buy, my collected editions video. Maybe that's what I'll do this afternoon, because I don't even know what's out this month.
Oh, we'll figure it out week by week.
Yeah.
On our previews. But yeah, I mean, I think Omar got a video out about books coming out this month. I don't know. Is November crazy? There's been November or October was crazy enough.
Yeah.
I think September had a couple crazy moments too. I don't know if we can handle it anymore. Nick Meals has got the right idea. That's the best thing about the day after Halloween. All the candy is like $2.
Discount candy.
Yep.
Lots of X-Men trades. Okay. Good. I'll buy those so it guarantees an oversized hardcover for you guys.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Sure. I love those skinny Marvel trades. They're so fun to read.
That's how I feel about Epic Collections. They're so fun to read. We'll talk more about that later. Okay, let's get some shelfies going on. Let me make sure I find some that we haven't done yet. We did Joachim from Sweden. His pictures were messed up. He sent more. I got to download those. We did Lyric. We did Mason. Yeah, we did Mason. We did Molly. Not that kind of Molly, but we went over Molly's collection. I'm not sure if he did this one. Nick S. This will be a quick one, but it looks nice from the picture I see.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. This is cool. Boom. All right, so this is Nick S., who submitted this photo of his collection.
Very nice.
It's a nice, clean collection.
Mm-hmm.
I love these posters, or they're like, I don't know if they're metal signs or wood signs up top, but those are always cool. Great, like, these are just great issues to have, great covers to have on display. I love the Hulk 102. This is the first issue of Hulk's ongoing series.
Mm-hmm.
Good old, same with Captain America, the Captain America 100. That's the first one of his ongoing series. And then I'm not sure the significance of 126 off the top.
I don't know that. I'm not familiar with that one either. Why it's a big issue.
But it's a cool cover. That's a Bob Layton cover. Got some cool little toys and statues up top here as well. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit on that Venom. That Venom looks cool. Little Spidey upside down on the lamppost. Take a look at his books real quick then. So he's in the Kalax Club.
Nice.
He's in the Kalax Club.
2, 3. What, he's got a 3x3 and 2 3x2s?
It looks like a 3,
yeah,
3x3, and then the 2 2x2s. Looks like it's got an alphabetical order with Alias. Love that Alias book. Annihilation Conquest, which is getting reprinted. I wonder if he's got Annihilation since then. Oh, here's one that you don't see very often, but everybody loves to hate. Avengers: The Crossing. Can I get in?
Omar's favorite book.
Omar's favorite. New Avengers. I kind of wanted to do this, but some of these hardcovers are getting so hard to find also. The New Avengers Omnibus And then the oversized hardcover is 5, 6, and 7. That's another thing that I'm surprised that Marvel, maybe Omar, can put a bug in someone's ear and finish off the Brian Michael Bendis New Avengers run in Omnibus format.
Yeah. I mean, when I joined the page, those New Avengers hardcovers were hard to find back then, and it's 5 years later, so
yeah, it's probably even worse
to find now.
Yeah, those things are rough. We got a Avengers here. A little bit of a Hickman section here, I think, with Avengers and Secret Wars. What's the second Secret Wars book here? I can't see it.
I can't see it either.
Solid run of Captain America. It looks like he's missing the dust jacket for Death of Captain America. But I get it. Sometimes that's the only way you can get that book.
Yeah.
Couple Conan, some Daredevil up here. With Shadowland, I'm sorry. Did you ever read that yet, Jess? Did you get into Shadowland yet?
I haven't. I stopped at Brubaker's run, and I have to read. I'll just read the Shadowland event itself, and then I'll go on to Mark Waid. But before I do that, I have to read Invincible, and then I want to read Brubaker's Captain America.
You got a lot of stuff ahead of you.
I know. One thing that's good about being retired is that I do have a lot of time to read. I need to close my laptop on Facebook and just read. I spend too much time on Facebook talking to people.
Well, that, heavy is the head that wears the crown, just being an admin of the group.
Well, and it's the only human interaction I get, talking to people online. So, because I don't go out hardly because of COVID.
Yeah.
My best friend just called me and he said he felt really lame because he was at Trader Joe's at 9 a.m. because it opened early for those people 60 and over. And he said, dude, how did we get here? I'm in line at Trader Joe's for old people. I'm like, I don't know. I do that for Costco too.
Is that still a thing? Are they still opening up early for the elderly?
Don't say elderly.
For over 60?
Over 60, yeah. Costco does it 5 days a week now.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't used it since I think the panicky days of the first lockdown.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. A lot of the grocery stores that used to do early opening, at least here in town, they don't really do it anymore. They're just open. Everybody can come in together. All right, what else we got on the shelf here? Let's see anything that's kind of stands out here. I love seeing Miss Marvel. That's such a good omnibus right there. Wish I could do more of that. Can never go wrong with Punisher. All this Punisher stuff here is great. The Garth Ennis stuff and the Back to War stuff is really good. Silver Surfer by Dan Slott. That's a biggie right now. That's going hard. 2 cubes. 2 cubes dedicated to Spider-Man.
Thanks, Joe Chip. I look fresh like a rose in the morning spring.
Oh.
That is sweet. Mr. Awesome, Batman animated series is going well. I'll probably watch a couple episodes today. I need to at least get the first season completely watched before I can move on to guilt-free to watch things like Brave and Bold and all that shorts collection I bought of DC, the Jonah Hex Spectre one.
That's such a good one, Jess. Man.
What's that?
That's such a good set.
Yeah,
collection of movies. It's good.
I can't watch those until I get at least the first season done of Batman.
Nick also has all the Ultimate Spider-Mans down here. Another thing, another run that only got the one omnibus and was kind of orphaned after that. And then
what's to the left of Ultimate? What's the big book there?
That's the omnibus without the dust jacket.
Oh, okay.
So he has the omnibus with no dust jacket, but he's got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's got all the oversized hardcovers.
That's an accomplishment.
Which is, that's one of the things. When I finally put that together, I felt bad. I feel really good about myself and felt really bad about myself too.
Why'd you feel bad? Because of the money you spent?
No, because that's what I consider an accomplishment. But I did it where I found actually, no, I didn't find it. This is pretty. Somebody on the Omnibus group was like, hey, can anybody in Vegas pick up somebody on Facebook Messenger or Facebook Marketplace had the entire oversized hardcover run of Ultimate Spider-Man with the Death of Spider-Man Omnibus. And they were asking $100 for it.
Whoa.
And somebody on the group was like, can somebody in Vegas, grab that for me and mail it to me? And I was like, nope, but I can go buy it myself.
That's what you did?
And that's what I did.
Evil Gabe. That's something the evil Ryley would do.
You got to do what you got to do. What I mean, this other person was on the other side of the country, and he expected somebody to buy it, pack it, and ship it to him.
Yeah.
And I was like,
some incentive.
And I was like, that's a good. I mean, yeah, sure, but I want it for myself, so I'll just buy it for myself.
That's awesome. I don't think I've heard that before.
No, yeah, it's not like I told the guy I was going to buy it for him or anything. I just saw the post.
Yeah,
and I was like, all right, and I just kind of swooped in and bought it myself.
How long ago was that?
God.
Do you remember the guy's name?
No, but I mean, I'm trying to think. 2020 has been like 3 years now. It feels like. So no, that was probably like a year and a half ago. I think that went down.
Oh,
yeah.
I found them all at a bookstore 20 minutes away from me. That they had about an inch of dust on them. That's where I found Uzagi #1 at that bookstore.
Wow,
the first time I went in there, I spent about $500.
What a honey hole of a little comic store.
Yeah, I pillaged that place. I got so much stuff there. Nobody had gotten anything from there.
Yeah, I have a couple places like that in Vegas. I took you to a couple of them.
Yeah,
and maybe it's another evil Gabe thing, but people on the Facebook group are always like, any good shops in Vegas to visit? And I always name off a couple, but I never put in my honey hole areas.
Forget it.
Yeah, those are mine.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Venom Omnibus is volume 1 and 2, which is good. Volume 3 comes out this week. We'll be talking about that tomorrow on previews. Thor. I love these Thor omnibuses. The Walt Simonson one, of course, but the Dan Jurgens, John Romita Jr., Michael Avon Oeming stuff is the Heroes Return stuff is excellent Thor. War of Kings, people are really after these right now. Those War of Kings omnis.
I feel like those various ones of those have all been hot at one time or another.
Yeah.
You never had all 5 of them in print at the same time. It's like Annihilation was the first one that was super hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe Annihilation Conquest is hard to find now. That was a remainder book.
Yep.
That thing got
I got clearance a couple times.
And now it's and that's and and now it's a whale, but I guess it's being reprinted.
Yeah, I sold mine when it hit like, God, I think it was getting close to like $300. I was like, I
Oh
have
my
to get rid of
God.
this. Yeah.
Oh, I sold mine a long time ago.
And I got mine during the clearance, and I was still working at Torpedo, so I got it for like, retailer clearance wholesale price. I think I paid like $25 for it or something like that.
Nice. Hey, dog, what's your real name? I'll get you in there if your Facebook isn't looking like a complete troll account.
And then down here, some of my favorite stuff. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Go ahead. I was just telling K-Dog to don't give me his real name. Oh. Adam Knapp, I'll try and get you in. It's just the only reason we turn people down is if your Facebook account looks sketchy, because we have to watch out for trolls. But both K-Dog and Adam Knapp, hit me up on Facebook or put your real names in there, and I'll try and get you in.
See, Jess, and this is why you can never get around to finishing Batman the Animated Series season 1.
You're totally right. You were absolutely right. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Adam Knapp sounds familiar. He's not in the group already. Why does that name sound familiar? Maybe it's from the show. Maybe it's from here.
I don't know.
That name sounds really familiar.
Okay, I'll write both of those names down, and I'll try and get you in. But
the thing with the group too is, if your Facebook is completely locked down, where nobody can see your posts or can see your photos or see that you're an active, real Facebook account, our group, mainly because it's not our group, like we don't run it or anything, but we're a part of the group. It's a buy, sell, trade group, so there is transactions that happen. So the admins are very, very particular about not letting in accounts that are 100% locked down, because there's no way to kind of verify that this is a real person or this is a kind of troll account.
Yeah.
Or people do get banned from the group a lot, not a lot, but it does happen. And they always try to get jump back in with a fake account and cause trouble and mischief and stuff. So the admins have it pretty locked down. So it does sometimes it takes a while, but if your Facebook account is completely locked down and private, they're not going to let you in.
Yeah, because we have no way of telling. And I get it, too. I didn't have much of a Facebook presence. I only joined Facebook really so I could get in the group. So I had to make it look like I was a real person so I could get in the group. That was the early days. And now I'm more active on Facebook. Yeah, we have caught you, Nick. You just don't post anything worth kicking you out for.
Challenge accepted. And then down here, the bottom shelf, the last little cube here, it's got some great X-Men stuff. Age of Apocalypse, Astonishing X-Men, New X-Men, and Dark Phoenix Saga. Which, interesting enough, maybe it's just a X-Men completist thing, but that book is, I thought all that book, except for the what if issue, is all in Uncanny X-Men Volume 2.
Jesse, say what? You're not in the group? I know you're a real person. What's your name? Why don't you you can PM me and I'll get you in. I didn't know you. I can vouch for you. You're not a troublemaker. Yeah, PM me your real name, or just tell me what your real name is, and or I mean, if you have an active application. You need to have an active application right now for me to let you in. So make an active application, give me your real name, and I'll get you in. Yeah, I can vouch for you. Like you want my vouch.
So yeah, I'll co-sign that loan for you. Sure. All right. So thanks to Nick S for that shelfing. Oh, okay. That was just a one photo, but that was good stuff. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more.
Okay. Jesus, it depends on what your tone of voice is in your disagreement. If you disagree politely, but if you get an attitude in there and are if you're toxic at all, we don't allow that. So it wasn't just that you disagreed with someone. You must have done something that was over and above what the admin could tolerate.
All right, and this is here's another shelfie. This is from Phil 1.
Good pose on that Enchantress.
Yeah, that's the Blade figure is pretty cool too. And I'm guessing this is maybe like a video game manual. I don't know. I don't think video games come with manuals anymore.
Oh yeah, no, we're not spoiling Mandalorian here, Duck Collector. Don't. We're only spoiling comic books today. My wife actually wants to watch Mandalorian with me, so I have to take advantage of that.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet, Jess?
I saw the first season, and I have a stuffed child that's about that big in my passenger seat to ride with me, like in the Mandalorian. And so she likes the child, and she wants to watch. She likes Star Wars. She doesn't love it, but she likes it. And so because of the child, she wants to see it with me.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife's in love with that child thing too. She gets so excited every time he's on the screen.
Yeah.
First episode of season 2 is cool. You'll enjoy it.
Oh, you're watching it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my wife was counting down the days. All right, so let's see this shelf here. Beyond the Enchantress and the Blade figure, you got some top-notch X-Men stories here. With the Wolverine Omnibus, that's the old version, I think. That's probably the original one that came out. X-Men Classic. Here's the X-Force Omnibus, X-Force and Cable, Weapon X to Return, and Cable Soldier X. Did you not like that, Jess? Did you read that with Ryley?
I thought it was fine, but I didn't love it enough to keep it. I think I gave it away. I think that was an IST review copy. I think I gave it away. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't feel like I was going to read it again.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, is that Polaris?
It is Polaris. That makes sense.
That's Polaris? Okay. I think today's a work day for Taylor Brown.
Give me a second. Why is it only showing one picture? Let me see.
Oh, thanks, Crazy Jane. Thanks for being in watching the show yesterday. I appreciate it.
I know what happened. There we go. All right, let's get into some books. Some DC omnibus going on here. That Gotham Central, that should be on everybody's shelf. If you don't have that book, people, you're missing out. You are really missing out on something special.
Totally agree.
You don't need any. If you want to read like Batman stuff, but you don't want to read a bunch of Batman. I don't know if that makes sense, but
it's just good crime writing.
It is. Very little Batman involved. Oops.
Thanks, Adam. I appreciate you watching the Batter Days show.
The Jeff Johns Green Lantern Omnis. Probably the best stuff that Green Lantern's ever had put out, besides the Kyle Rayner stuff.
Taylor Talks Comics. Yeah, I have read a lot of Jack Cole's Plastic Man, and it's great. Super fun. I want to get Kyle Baker's Plastic Man run, but Jack Cole's is really good. I have a book about Jack Cole. He was a really tortured soul, like a lot of these old-time guys were. And it was really interesting about him.
You know what else is really good that I see on the shelf, Jess?
Where are we looking?
Batman Nightfall.
That you tortured me with at every bookstore we went in Vegas?
Yes. Those are the big phone book ones. Those are cool.
Yeah.
Jack Kirby's 4th World Omnibus, which is cool, but that absolute really just knocks it out of the park. Here's one that you don't see very often. I don't know if you can see it down here, Jess, in the far corner. That's that leather-bound hardcover of Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns, and then it's Dark Knight Returns and like a Santa Claus Christmas story, and I think that's the only place that Christmas story has been reprinted.
I think you might be right.
At least it was at one point. I don't know if they did it recently, but I know that leather-bound hardcover is that one that has that Christmas story in it.
NFL dude, that's exactly what he would say. And he videotaped on his phone, or he recorded. I have videotaped. He recorded on his phone every time he did it too.
Yeah, I made a little montage of that at one point. I wonder if I still have that.
I think you posted it on the Omnibus group.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all those cool pins. Those are neat.
Yeah, there's some good stuff there too. I see.
Ooh, Incredible Hulk. That's a good book.
That is a good book. Wow, that's a big, heavy book these days. These Fantastic Four are getting really expensive too.
Those are the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, or as you like to say, just Jack Kirby.
Just Jack Kirby. With Stan Lee there. Stan Lee, the great dialoguer. Whoops. Oh, look at those Transformers stuff. Whoa. Where's Omar at? He would have loved this.
Yeah, Omar would love this.
I wonder if these are all originals, or if they were like these boxed ones. If those are the original boxes, or if this is one of the mini reprints they did. That Unicron is awesome. I have that Unicron. Turns into a planet. He's got a Genesis back here. That's cool. Christopher Reed Superman. Can't go wrong with that.
No. Classic picture.
There's also a Nintendo back there. This is some 80s retro sitting up on the shelf here.
Nintendo. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's kind of back there underneath the Skylinks box.
Yeah. Yeah, Gary Sandberg, thank you. Please, everybody, hit the like button. It helps us in the the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, we need those engagements. Comments, thumbs up, subs, all that's greatly appreciated. To kind of get our word out there a little bit. Oh, this is cool too. I like these short boxes. These are the printed ones, not just the plain white one. That's cool. Oh, that's a Jeff Darrow. Oh, not Jeff Darrow. Darwin Cook.
Yeah.
New Empire. Or
keep going.
New Frontier.
There you go.
Excuse me. Lou should have his entire house should just be covered in that.
Yeah.
Love that Silver Surfer print. That is cool. This is the original Deadpool action figure. I think that's the first Deadpool figure that they ever made.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. That was back when X-Force was just barely coming out. That they immediately gave it like 2 waves, like 2 dedicated waves of figures, and Deadpool was in one of them.
Taylor, yeah, I just got it from Emily, and I'm going to put it on Facebook as soon as the show's over. The ISP spreadsheet.
Oh, nice. And that's it for Phil. There you go. Thank you, Phil.
Nice. So this is the point where we are now going to spoil a couple of books. If you want to hear us spoil them, stick around. If you're not up for it, you should probably go pay attention to your family or something.
So we're going to be talking about spoilers on 3 Jokers, everyone. 3 Jokers, the entire series. I'll be talking about that. And then also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin.
I haven't read either of these, so it's going to be Gabe's show telling me about them.
And here, I'll put a spoiler banner up so you guys know we're going to be on. This is the spoiler section. So if you got a dip, I get it. Thanks for showing up. Before you leave, give us a thumbs up. Give us a sub if this is your first time here. Nick is out. John's out. All right, guys, I get it. This stuff is kind of new, which is why we want to advance warn everybody of spoilers. It's basically going to be just me bitching at Jess.
Why?
about I don't want to do that. I don't want to do. I don't want to be negative. But I'll talk about 3 Jokers and my disagreements with it and stuff.
Okay.
So.
Well, I know Ryley didn't like it.
Right? Yeah, I remember Ryley said, "Hey, just let everybody know that. Tell them that I thought 3 Jokers was caca."
But Lou did like it.
I wish Lou was on. I wish Lou was on or Ryley was on so we could have more of a talk on it. But yeah. Let's talk about 3 Jokers. So 3 Jokers. This originally, what was it? It was Darkseid War, right, Jess? And they first mentioned that there were 3 Jokers. And ever since then, it's been speculation and excitement and wonderment about what's going on with 3 Jokers. What does the 3 Jokers mean? Is it really 3 Jokers? What's the idea behind it? What's going on with Jeff Johns? It took him like 4 years, I think it was. When was Darkseid War? Like 4 years ago. So Darkseid War, and then when you jumped into Rebirth, Rebirth was a long time ago. So that was pre-Rebirth.
Yeah,
that Rebirth Deluxe is when you first see Batman really starting to investigate into the idea of 3 Jokers. So time travel into the last couple of months. I was on here talking about 3 Jokers #1 and how much I loved it. The first issue is fantastic. First issue is really great. The second issue is really great as well. Not Gary Frank. He looks like Gary Frank. Jason Fabok. Jason Fabok, the artist on the book, is carrying the book. He is 100% is top-notch stuff on this book. Top-notch the art. I can show anything in here because somebody was like, you can't show. They were like, issue 3, every page is a spoiler. And I go, oh, that is really right? Cool. I'm excited for it. And I go through and there ain't crap that happens in issue 3 that's a spoiler. For the most part. I mean, towards the end, it kind of gets into it. But the idea behind the 3 Jokers just is, there's 3 Jokers. There's 3 individual people going around Gotham posing as the Joker. So there's all the crimes and stuff like that. All the crimes, all the murders, all the shenanigans and craziness are done by 3 different people as Joker. So you get one Joker who's like the head of the group. Who I think is, they call him the criminal Joker. There's a clown Joker, and then there's a comedian Joker. And all of these different Jokers had different, played different parts in the role of the Joker over the time frame. There's one Joker who was the one that shot Batgirl in the back. There was another Joker who was more the comedian Joker who does like the big setups for Batman and the big traps. So there's different personalities of the Joker. There's 2 different types of Jokers doing 3 different types of crazy things going on. So the idea is that there's always 3 Jokers. And the idea that they kind of came up with this is there's 3 Jokers doing all these crimes, all taking credit for it together, but it's 3 different people. And the idea behind the 3 Jokers is that it's their idea to create more Jokers so that there will always be 3 Jokers. So if one dies, somebody takes his place, there's always going to be 3. So that's the problem.
Do they work together ever?
Yeah. Not together, but there's like a mastermind plan that goes into effect where the main Joker kind of sends the other Jokers out to kind of do his bidding and that kind of crazy stuff.
Oh.
So it's 3 different Jokers doing crimes and killing people and doing all that kind of stuff. And that's cool. That's the idea that we had behind the 3 Jokers. There's 3 people as the Joker, and we've been speculating on what Joker is which, who's the one that's, like the Killing Joke Joker, who's the one that was like the original old school Golden Age Joker, and then who's the kind of more modern kind of Joker. So they go through all these different 3 Jokers, and you kind of get an idea of who is who and who's been doing what. But they never get into, I just thought about it, they never got into which one of these was the New 52 Joker that got his face cut off and reattached by fishing line and a belt and that kind of stuff. They never got into that. They never really got into the New 52 Joker, which is too bad because that's like a lot of people's favorite Joker, and that's a lot of people's Joker that they see as their Joker. So in here, it's the idea that there's 3 Jokers going around doing all this kind of stuff. They even set it up that they're trying to turn Red Hood, Jason Todd, because he was in the Red Hood. He's in the Red Hood. So they were trying to make it seem like he was being bred and groomed to be another Joker. Since in issue 1, spoilers, Jason kills one of the Jokers.
Oh.
Immediately in issue 1, at the end of issue 1, he kills one of the Jokers, just flat out shoots him in the face.
Wow.
So that gets the idea going that now they need a replacement for that Joker that's been killed. And then moving forward into the story a little bit more, the idea of there being 3 Jokers is cool. There's 3 people always as the Joker. That's a new kind of established thing that they came up with Jeff Johns. But Jason Todd kills 2 of the Jokers immediately in the series. He kills 2 of them. So now there's only 1 Joker. So now it's always been established. Why was there even the idea of there being 3 Jokers if you're going to kill 2 of them and make it 1 Joker again? So they kind of made it seem like in this storyline that they were going to kill 2 Jokers, and that Jason Todd, because of the trauma, because these are the 2 people that Joker hurt the most. There's been Jason Todd and Barbara Gordon. So there's a lot of that kind of going on. So they look like they're trying to establish that they're going to make Jason Todd and Barbara Gordon the extra 2 Jokers, since they both have such emotional scarring and physical abuse because of the Joker, that was kind of grooming them and breeding them into being their personalities breaking and cracking and going psychotic. But none of that happens, Jess. None of that is established. None of that goes forward. Everything that's ever happened in this 3 Joker storyline gets killed and gets murdered, and there's basically no point behind any of it, because they establish that there's 3 Jokers, and then they go right away immediately and kill 2 of them. So now there's only 1 Joker. Which could have just been the facts from the start and never had to go through this idea of there being 3 different Jokers.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Jesse's saying, Jason kills the clown. And he's saying somebody else kills the other Joker. Let me double check in here. But that's the thing, is that I don't understand the point behind this. This is such a cool idea and such a cool kind of refresh take an idea of the Jokers, is that there's always been 3 causing all this mayhem. And they could have kept that going, Jess, I think, and kept that as being like a cool established thing. But they went off and killed 2 Jokers and made it just 1 Joker again. So that makes this entire storyline like oblivious. Like there's no reason behind it. It's like
The chat says the comedian kills the criminal.
no, that's right. Yeah. Okay. There you go. I just saw that page. I just flipped through that. Yeah. So either way, 2 Jokers are killed, leaving just 1 Joker behind.
Which one's left?
It is the comedian is like the original Joker. I think it is. It's like the Robinson Joker from like Batman #1.
So the Barbara Gordon one gets killed.
The Barbara Gordon one gets killed.
The Jason Todd one gets killed.
The Jason Todd one gets killed.
Huh.
So the 2 crazy ones that had like the 2 most like significant like Joker moments in Batman history.
Yeah.
Are kind of dead.
Dead. Huh.
And then they talk about in here as well. There's a big thing in here. Joe Cool plays a big part in this book as well. So Joe Cool.
Wait, who?
At the same time, Joe Chill.
Oh, Joe Chill. Yeah.
Joe Chill plays a big role in here where the Joker's kidnapped Joe Chill. And again, it looks like they're trying to turn him into one of the Jokers, into a new Joker, and they torture him and they're hanging him over the vat, the Joker vat. Let me see if I can find you that shot. Yeah, so they got Joe Chill here. Trying to find this on my camera. So they got Joe Chill here, and they got him over a vat of the Joker acid, acting like, the idea that they're going to turn him into another Joker. And of course, that doesn't happen either. Like none of the stuff that they established that would have been really cool and been like a new, like fresh kind of establishing point for the Batman storyline and for the Joker storyline. It just ups and goes away. And they talk about in here that the whole time Batman knew who the Joker was. And then they retcon. Do I have it here? Let me see if I can bring it up. Is it in my spinner rack? I just want to show it. They retcon Killing Joke.
What?
They retcon Killing Joke, Jess.
What'd they do? So
in the Killing Joke, the idea is that the Joker and his wife are having, they're struggling. Like he's not making any money as a comedian. He's struggling with jobs. He's struggling with work. He's struggling with family life with his wife. His wife's pregnant with the kid. And in the Killing Joke, they establish that his wife dies and the kid dies. But in 3 Jokers, they established that the Joker's wife, who was afraid of her life and the life of her child, because Joker was getting more manic and getting more crazier, and they didn't want to live in that kind of violent lifestyle and that violent way of life. She goes to the police, and the police gather funds together, like the beat cops gather funds together to put her in like their own like pseudo witness protection.
Okay.
So his family's not dead. His wife and the son is still alive and is in some kind of witness protection. Or they're in hiding using the money they were given by the police to start off with. So they retcon Killing Joke, saying that Batman knows who the family is and has always known who the Joker was because he knows his family. So that goes back and makes you wonder, why did Batman even get into the Mobius chair and ask the Mobius chair who the Joker was if he's always known from the beginning?
Yeah.
Who his family was and where they're located and how he's been protecting them. Huh. So everything they ever established that was going to be really cool and interesting got erased in the Killing Joke or in 3 Jokers. There is no 3 Jokers anymore because 2 of them are dead. It's just one singular Joker now. That Joker's family is alive and well and is in hiding. And I don't know if this takes place like concurrently with what's going on with Batman now, with Batman getting married and going off with Catwoman, or what. I have no idea where this falls in with Batman continuity or Batman lore with what's going on now. So it can easily just be skipped. But it's so disappointing because of all the potential and like the foresight that we all kind of was hoping was going to come out of the idea of a 3 Joker storyline was just eliminated and literally killed off in the story. So they bring up this idea, this big idea of the Jokers being 3 different people.
Yeah.
Just to kill 2 of them and make it 1 Joker again. They retcon their own retcon almost.
Wow. Okay, I don't need to read this. Thank you for
It's okay to read it. Yeah, like borrow it, get it digitally or whatever, just to kind of, get your own experience. I've read it. I know what's going on. I saw it happen. I'm not just going off of what Gabe said. But yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
That's basically it for 3 Jokers. They established there's 3 Jokers, and then they killed the idea of 3 Jokers in the 3 Jokers storyline.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get it either, Jess. I don't. It was great. Like, it was really going forward. They killed that first Joker in that first issue, and they kind of set up the idea that they're creating more Jokers, but people just can't. People are rejecting the Joker gas and dying as opposed to it turning them into the Joker and being a Joker. And that was a good idea because, okay, well, there's always going to be 3 Jokers. One dies, you replace it with another one. You're going to replace it with Barber. You're going to replace him with Red Hood, or you're going to replace him with Joe Chill, and it never happens. You get some really good Red Hood moments and some really good Barbara Gordon moments and some really good Red Hood confronting Bruce Wayne moments. And it's good for that, but the overall story and idea of the Jokers is just whatever. Like, it's not even, nothing came out of it. Nothing came out of it. So some really fun ideas that could have came out of it. This established idea that they came up with just went away. Just went away. 4 years for that.
Jeez. And gosh, Doomsday Clock was disappointing to me too.
Yeah,
But
I didn't read Doomsday Clock.
Try it again because I think Taylor liked it better than I did. I'll try Doomsday Clock again. But I'm not going to bite. I'm not going to get this at all.
Yeah, so that was rough. It was great. Jason Fabok is a champ. Like, he needs to walk out of this unscathed and needs to walk out of this at the top of the comic book artist pillar. He needs to get something out of this. He's fantastic. Like the mood, the setting, the emotions, even just like the scenes where it's just Batman, Red Hood, and Batgirl kind of just standing around talking. He makes it look cool. Like, he does some really interesting, just talking head stuff. So he needs to come out of this as a champ. But the story just isn't landing. Just isn't landing. Not when you get the idea of there being 3 Jokers, and you could do so much with it, and you just literally kill the idea before you even do anything with it. So.
Okay.
And again, I don't know where this falls into Batman continuity, because Red Hood in here is Red Hood with the helmet Red Hood.
Yeah,
I thought currently in the storylines, Red Hood is wearing literally like a hoodie and like a gas mask kind of thing. So I don't know where this falls into play. So Fabok was on Batforce Radio saying that he was redrawing panels and pages this whole time. Wow. So I'm guessing it was a story that's continually changing on him.
Yeah.
This isn't Roberto Rodriguez says this isn't continuity. What Black Label book is continuity? It has to be continuity because the 3 Jokers is established in continuity. Before Rebirth and at the start of Rebirth, that there was 3 Jokers.
It was continuity, at the end of the Darkseid War.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get some really good Joe Chill moments too. Like Joe Chill, you get an idea of why he did what he did, where he was coming from. And he's been in prison this whole time, and him and Batman they share kind of a sweet moment, which
what
is cool, but is odd at the same time. Yeah. Batman saves Joe Chill's life in this book at one point.
All right.
And basically says, I forgive you.
Huh.
Which is weird because the kind of crux of Batman's mental dilemma is the fact that this guy murdered his parents when he was a kid.
Right. Yeah. I wonder what his impetus going forward is if he forgives his parents' killers.
Yeah. Jesse Christian, yeah, what is continuity anymore? Yeah, especially when you retcon your own retcon in your own series.
I know that that blows my mind. It's like those two Spider-Men meme pointing at each other.
Forgive? Yeah, like, let me see. Let me pull that up real quick and show you guys. Unless I'm misremembering. But yeah, he basically just goes, it's okay. Yeah, so I'll let me solo myself real fast. That sounded inappropriate, but so here, this is right after Batman saves him. Oh, you see, so here's Joe Chill.
Ooh, that art is great.
Yeah, his art in here is fantastic. Like Jason Fabok is really channeling Brian Boland's art. I've been saying that from the beginning. And his art in it is beautiful. It's chilling. It's great. Like I said, he needs to walk out of here with such high praise, and he needs to be established as like the top artist in comics right now. So Joe Chill, a building is about to fall on him. Batman jumps in the way and saves him. And then you see Joe Chill say, thank you. And Batman goes, you're welcome. So they just established like this whole like, you know, that they're kind of okay with each other now with their relationship and everything that's going on. Like he saves him and he thanks him for saving his life. And it's such a weird thing to see that this guy, that he's forgiving the murderer of his parents at that point.
Maybe I'll read this on Hoopla just so I can see the art.
Yeah, it's worth it for the art alone. Some of the character interactions is good and stuff like that. You know, the art in it's, like I said, just the talking heads stuff he does really good on too. So you're not really getting bored in those kinds of aspects of things at all. I don't know, Jesse. Jesse says that's what Batman would do. I don't know if my idea of Batman would be so forgiving. I mean, that's the right thing to do. But not, I mean, I don't see that as being in that kind of world where that's the impetus of there being a Batman and the whole creation of Batman being that Joe murdered his parents. I would have been happy if he just let that building fall on him. At its core, the story is about trauma and how different characters deal with it. Yeah, that's what the story is about. There's a lot of stuff in here about trauma and hurt and pain and suffering. But so that's that on Batman.
All right, who's the last Ronin?
Last Ronin. Now, for Last Ronin, guys, this is just like I've been talking about this forever.
Yeah,
and this just came out, and it's the hottest, craziest book on the market right now. We talked about it before. IDW underprinted this book because they had to go to print early. And I've heard a bunch of different reasons as to why they went to print early. They went to print before FOC, so they didn't get final order numbers. I read an article that said it's because the format. It's a larger book. It's a magazine-sized book.
Okay.
And just like with Three Jokers, it's square bound. Oops.
Oh,
it's a square bound comic as well. But it's a much larger format than, say, like Three Joker. That's a normal size comic. So it's larger, it's taller, and wider. So because of that, they're saying that they had to go to print early to get ahead of because it takes longer to print that kind of style book. And then a local retailer I got this copy from told me that it's because they do all the printing in China. so that they had to go to print early so they can get those, get the printing started earlier in China now, because these books are being printed in China apparently.
So it got underprinted and over-ordered.
Underprinted, over-ordered, extremely hyped. So the idea here is it's the last Ronin, the last final Ninja Turtle. The other three brothers are dead in this storyline, in this book, and there's one last Ninja Turtle, and it's a great cyberpunk, futuristic. It's almost like Batman Beyond, with the way some of the buildings are designed, where it's one last it's the last final Ninja Turtle, and he's trying to break into this monsters of a building, where at the top of it is the Shredder's grandson, and he was the one who eliminated the other turtles.
Oh.
And you get just this the entire this is action packed from beginning to start, Jess. From the very beginning, from the word go, from page 1, it is immediate just action, where it's this Ninja Turtle, this last turtle, having to go through a bunch of toxic swamp and toxic mess to get into New York City. So
is this a one shot or the beginning of a series?
It is, I want to say it's 3 issues also.
Oh, okay.
It's not an ongoing. It's a mini series.
Okay.
And the art is great. What's that?
It's in the future?
It's in the future. Yep. Okay. Takes place in the future, where everything is a lot more robotic. When he breaks into the building, it's nothing but like cyber ninjas that he has to fight, which is awesome. And he's going up the building level by level, and every level he goes up to, it's like Bruce Lee's Game of Death movie. Where he has to fight his way up through the levels, and each level has like a boss or like a more powerful cyber ninja. So it's all action packed. It's all action and fighting. You establish, it's Shredder's grandson who is in here, and he has his mom, which is Shredder's daughter, in like stasis, and he's doing all this to try and keep his mother alive and keep her going. Is why he's now the established leader of this entire city and basically this new future world. And you get so you get the last turtle here. He has all of his brother's weapons, and he can't make it to the top of that building. He gets to the very top, and he gets into a big fight with a giant cyber ninja, and he gets kicked out the window. And he kind of flees into the sewer, and he's here about to perform, is it Shapurko? Where he's going to stab himself with the sword? Yeah. And he ends up going into this crazy like fever dream. And at the end of this fever dream, they establish that April O'Neil is still alive with him, and that this is Michelangelo, who is the last Ronin.
Michelangelo.
It's Michelangelo, the one that we did not think. Me and Lou were kind of getting into it, but who we thought the last Ronin was going to be.
Everybody thought it was going to be Raphael.
We thought it was going to be Raph or Leo, because that seemed like the more logical kind of course to go, and they kind of swerved and went with Leonardo, or I'm sorry, they went with Michelangelo. So
okay,
I guess we can establish that Donnie is still the shittiest Ninja Turtle. It's not true. Not true. Love Donnie.
Actually, Robert White has a question that's perfect for both of us.
Robert White. All right. Hello to you guys. Can I ask both of you what you think of Cosmic Marvel? Hearing that Annihilation getting a reprint, what are your thoughts on the War of Kings trilogy? Seems like a big investment. We were talking about that for a little bit earlier. So, Jess, what do you think of Cosmic Marvel in terms of Annihilation and War of Kings?
I tried to read all 5 books last year. I think it was last year. What year is this? 2020? I think it's still
2020, Jess, believe it or not.
I got as far as I think halfway through the fourth book, wherever Darkhawk appeared.
That's right. That's where your fondness of Darkhawk was established.
Right. That's when the whole thing. It was kind of a struggle for me to read the whole thing. First of all, Annihilation, to me as an omnibus, wasn't very interesting. Annihilation Conquest, I thought, was more interesting than Annihilation. But then in the War of Kings trilogy, whenever Darkhawk shows up, I felt the whole thing just fell apart and didn't make any sense, and just it ruined it for me. And I ended up stopping. I never finished book 5, which whatever that was, Aftermath, I guess. And I sort of threw up my hands at Marvel Cosmic at that point and said, okay, I don't. I said that it's just not for me, because Darkhawk just wrecked the whole thing. And is it Realm of Kings? Okay, and I so I am not a big fan of Marvel Cosmic. I think I fall more to the side of DC Cosmic. And on the other side, there's Gabe, who loves Marvel Cosmic to the point that he's got Thanos tattooed on himself. So you need to listen to his opinion, especially because he knows Marvel Cosmic way better than I do.
I'm in the same boat as you, though, with Annihilation. Annihilation is really good. Really good. That's ignorant. Annihilation is a great cosmic storyline. It really brought the cosmic aspects back and put Marvel Cosmic back in the forefront, because until then, pretty much since the 90s, Marvel's Cosmic was kind of forgotten, and you only got certain titles that were kind of a cosmic-y, but you never really got the big crazy space stuff until Guardians of the Galaxy came back around and Nova came back around when Abbott and Landing got into it. But with that said, the lead up to Annihilation is drawn out, because it's all about, okay, how did the Silver Surfer get involved in here? How did Drax get looped into this? How does the Super Skrull get looped into it? It's a lot of mini-series of little characters establishing what their motivations are and what it is that kind of brought them into this Annihilation war. So for about 2/3 of the Annihilation Omnibus is just backup stories. They prequel, but backup stories. So it's a backup little miniseries that leads you up into the third half of Annihilation. Once you get into the actual Annihilation storyline, like Annihilation 1 through 6, is incredible. But everything that's ancillary to that is just kind of whatever. And then, like what Jess said, Conquest is really good. The Conquest storyline with Ultron and the Guardians of the Galaxy forming up, and the Nova, and the kind of the aftermath of the Annihilation wave, with Nova becoming Nova Prime, and the hive mind of Nova is all just in his helmet. That stuff is really the top-notch stuff. War of Kings, hit and miss. You got some good stuff that happens into it, and then you get some Inhuman stuff that's that kind of whatever, and then you get the X-Men involved, that's kind of whatever. Yeah, because then that's when your boy Falcon shows up. Not Falcon.
The Deadly Genesis kid.
Yeah, the third Summers brother, Gabriel. But yeah, the third Summers brother guy shows up.
Yeah,
and that's in it also. When that shows up, and I think like the Imperial Guard starts to show up. It's another one of those things where, like with Infinity Gauntlet, where when that was first coming around, none of the other Marvel offices wanted their characters involved or looped into Infinity Gauntlet. Then after Infinity Gauntlet was such a big hit, and it did Infinity War, every book got an Infinity War crossover comic. And then Crusade every Marvel book got a Crusade crossover, and it's kind of just worn out and overstretched. Same thing with Annihilation. Like Annihilation was very under the radar. Only the people that were kind of into Marvel Cosmic was reading it at the time. And then it was such a big hit. They did Conquest, and it just expanded more. And then when they did the War of Kings, they just expanded more and got more dense and more just more too many trees in the forest kind of situation where there's too much going on. And it's hard to kind of find the baseline story because you had to just go all over the place with everything else. But
yeah,
I would say test it out on Marvel Comics Unlimited, see what you think before you get into buying the omnibuses. Like I try to persuade people from buying expensive omnibuses of books they haven't read before, and that you're kind of getting hearsay on and things like that. So test it out. Hoopla, digitally, Marvel Comics Unlimited. Give it a shot there and see. And then if you really like it, go ahead and get the Omnis.
I think it made me realize that I like Marvel Cosmic characters, but not events. Because like I like Guardians of the Galaxy in their own book. I like Silver Surfer in his own book. Thanos stuff I like in separately. I find stuff dealing with this Captain Marvel dealing with things off-world. I think that stuff's interesting. But then when it all gets mashed together, Nova separately is interesting, but it was all mashed together for so long and went off in so many points. Gabe was right. It was like you just got bogged down and it was hard to follow and you were wondering what the main story was anymore.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather just follow those characters separately than read a big event like all 5 books.
Yeah, the event's great though. Like Annihilation's great. Like they captured Galactus, his whole like Galactus story arc into it. But yeah, it's just like especially when you get to War of Kings, the Realm of Kings, the Road to the Realm of Kings, like all that. It's like you're following 3 major storylines at the same time, waiting for them to somehow meet at one point. But the more the closer they get to meeting together, the more separate it becomes because it establishes more miniseries and more crossovers and more characters that if you're not a Cosmic fan, you're like, who is this person? Like Imperial Guard? Like what's going on? So you get a little tied up into it. And the reason everybody was into it is that Annihilation was sold out. Conquest, everybody got Conquest. And the War of Kings, Realm of Kings was a continuation of that. So everybody was buying, like, how to get those books. So they were starting to sell out fast, too. It's good. I mean, overall, I mean, you're going to invest a lot of time into reading it to get the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesse's right. It's good, and it gets kind of meh, and Marvel Cosmic, it gets like that a lot.
Yeah, the solo books are a lot easier to follow.
Yeah.
And the art can go up and down.
Yeah, well, yeah, because there's so many different stories and there's different artists, and you get Paul Peltier that's really awesome in it. You get I think Brad Walker's got some good stuff in it too. And then also that you need to, and it's not in any of the Omnis or anything like that. I forgot to mention this, and Jess knows because I told him this too. You got to go back a little bit, and you got to get the Thanos Redemption trade paperback, and I think that's a whale ed. That's a little bit of a pricey book because that establishes the very start of everything to do with Marvel Cosmic.
Actually, you had me read 3 books. Because I remember doing a review. There were 3 books. Thanos Redemption. That was the only one I kept because I sold the other 2 off. But you had me read 3 books to prepare for Annihilation, and it was really good that I read those books. You really need to read Thanos Redemption to set up the whole thing.
Yeah, because that's where you get the return of a lot of characters. That's where like the Guardians of the Galaxy start returning. Star-Lord's first appearance since like the Bronze Age is in Redemption, and he's a totally different looking character.
Oh yeah, Marvel the End. You had me read. Professor Flex said you had me read Marvel the End, and one other.
I'm not sure. I think that must have been Ryley that told you about the Marvel End stuff. But yeah.
Oh, okay. You just told me about Thanos Redemption?
I told you about Redemption because that was more closely knitted into.
Okay.
This is probably why you kept it, because that's the only one that actually like is a solid breaking point for Annihilation.
Yeah, I really should sell it since I don't have the other books now.
Oh, you probably get some. Yeah, that's probably some good trade bait.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. All right.
Got that. We'll turn off spoilers. I'm done with the Ronin, and I'm done with Three Jokers talk.
And once those things are eventually collected, you'll be able to find them at InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. There's always, at the end of every month, a gift card given to us to give away to a lucky viewer, $50. And not coincidentally, or yes, probably coincidentally, $50 order or more for books gets you free shipping in the United States, which is amazing. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
All right.
So, yay, IST.
Hell yeah. We love them. Thanks so much to IST. They're watching. We've been sponsored by them like what now? It's getting close to 3 years?
I think so.
Jesus.
Because I've sent out two of those forms.
Yeah.
So this will be in January. It'll be the third time I send out
the taxes for him.
The tax thing, yeah. This will be my third one that I send out. So
yeah, wow. So, all right, Jess, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Omnidog's Vault on YouTube and Omnidogs_Vault on Instagram. Thank you.
And everybody else, you could find me, Gabe Loves 90s Comics on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Follow Omnibros Live on Instagram as well. And join us back here again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 Eastern, where we're going to have special guest Curtis from the Epic Marvel Podcast on as we talk about reads, hauls, previews, and a little bit more probably about Epic Collection talk will be showing up in tomorrow's episode as well. So until then, I hope everybody has a good day, and let's get out of here, Jess.
Peace and love. Peace and love.